Krishna devotees. Today we are going to see the third chapter, Karma. So before we enter into the chapter, let's start with Mangalacharan. Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimrandasya Jnananjala Chalakaya Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaya Dadati Swapadantikam. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopeshu Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishavanusute Devi Pranamani Haripriye Vancha Kalpada Rupyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitana Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So today we will be entering the chapter called the Karma Yoga. So what is karma? Yeah, chat is open. Can anyone write what is karma? What do you mean by karma? Or what is yoga? Yoga is a very common term, right? So yoga is basically, and it is also called yoga of action. So yoga actually does not mean that you're doing exercise. Yoga in this case means that connecting to God. That is the actual meaning of yoga. But today everyone changes the name and meaning of this yoga. So karma yoga is working in Krishna conscious. Karma means doing work, not just the feet. It is it's working. That is doing work in Krishna conscious. So what Arjuna did, okay, what are the various reasons? Now you can unmute and talk. Why Arjuna did not want to fight? I will go to the previous thing. Why Arjuna did not want to fight? What are the 5 reasons why Arjuna did not want to fight? You can unmute or you can type in chat.
Family.
Okay, family.
Fear.
2 more, 3 more.
Compassion.
Compassion, yes.
Sin. For indecisiveness.
Perfect.
And
indecision, right? So coming in the same order, by compassion, Krishna counters it by saying, we are not the body, we are the soul. And when he says no enjoyment, he says bumper offer, you can go to heaven or you will have your own kingdom. When he said sin, he says devotional activities, there is no sin in devotional activities because anything devotional is more transcendental, right? It's in a spiritual platform. So there is no sin involved. And then destruction of family, he says be a role model. If you run away, people will insult you, right? They will think infamy, which means it will be insulting your family. And indecision, he says, serve the Lord with firm determination and there is no need for you to be confused because Krishna will show the way. Right? Now, what did Krishna tell? In chapter 2, he told so much and he explained about Siddhatir Muni, right? So, Krishna also tells about Buddhi Yoga, which actually means Bhakti Yoga, but Buddhi, according to Arjuna, he understands as intelligence. So, he thinks, okay, according to intelligence, according to Buddhi Yoga, what is the meaning? He says that as per Buddhi, it means as per intelligence, I should not fight because an intelligent person should not fight because according to him, fight is fruit. So he's very confused this way or that way. We saw, right? Road taken, road not taken. So he's very confused. So he surrenders to Krishna. So he's telling Krishna, Ekam Pada, one way, one thing. Ekam means one. Pada means tell. Tell me one thing. Because don't tell me so many things. Very confusing. Right? So we saw 10 to 30. he also saw this. And if you're working in Krishna conscious, so he's confused whether he should work like Arjuna, like Hanuman, or whether he should renunciate everything. Can anyone tell who's in this picture?
Guruji.
Picture?
Dronacharya.
Excellent. So what is the speciality of Bharat Maharaj? Bharat Maharaj is the son of Rishabhadev, and Rishabhadev is an incarnation of Krishna. That Vansh was named after him. At the age of 24, he gave up everything and came into Krishna consciousness. But over there, what happened one day is there was a pregnant deer being chased by an animal. And when it was trying to jump across the water river, it got scared and it delivered the small child and died out of heart attack. And the small baby was in the water and Bharat Maharaj saved it. What he did was right? He did save. But what went wrong is he got so involved with the deer that he brought this one into his place. Even when he was doing the chanting, he was constantly observing only the deer and he was not focusing on chanting. Imagine at the age of 24, he gave up everything, wife, kingdom, child. But finally, he got so attracted by a deer that one day the deer left and he was so confused. He didn't know what to do and he was constantly thinking, what should I do? What should I do? This is the situation. So let's see what the shloka says. Hare Krishna. Karmani indriyani samyamya ya ate manasasman indriyartan vimuddhatma mityachara sayuchyate. Hare Krishna.
One who restrains the senses and organs of the action, but whose mind dwells on the sense objects, certainly deludes himself and is called as pretender. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Mityachara means pretender. So what are they telling? Who is people like us? We decided, right? Saurav Mukherjee, very nice. You know his next birth. There is also one more birth. I will tell that story later. But now we'll move on to this one. So what is happening to this? Like what we decided, right? We want to run away. But after we run away to the forest also, what will we think? We will constantly be thinking of everything. Our mobile, if we have pets, our pets, we'll think of mobile, right? Our chocolates, our ice creams in the fridge. So then what happens? They are called the pretenders. So that's why they say you should not prematurely run into sannyasism because that will make you get into temptation. So what do you mean by sacrifice? So Lord has created the Vedas and the Vedas tells karma. Karma means what are the duties. So we have 4 duties, right? Varna and ashrama. Varnas are not the caste system which we talk about, scheduled caste, scheduled Brahmin, no. Those days, these were the duties based on the person's, job description, which means that what will be best suited for them. So they had Brahmanas who were very intelligent and their job is they will not earn money, actually go and advise everyone, right? They will preach Krishna consciousness and they'll be nurtured by the Kshatriyas and Vaishyas. And what will the Kshatriyas do? Kshatriyas are protectors, right? They are shoulders. So they will protect they offer security like our military men and policemen. And next level is the Vaishyas. They are the business class. They do business, right? And they are protectors of cows and Brahmanas. And the last class are the Sudras. They serve the 3 of them for them to facilitate the smooth working. So sacrifice is not the English meaning sacrifice, which means vast. Sacrifice is yagna, right? All the yagnas, there are various yagnas in various yugas. In Yuga, what is the yagna? In Kali Yuga, what yagna is followed?
Sankirta Yagna.
Very sweet. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Sankirta Yagna is followed. Kali Yuga. And based on this yagnas, rains come. And based on rains, what happens? Grain. Grain means food or grains also means harvest, right? So you have very nice food which comes. And what should we do? We make nice food, yummy food and we eat. We get everything from Krishna and we don't even offer to him. We eat, then we are called robbers, right? So what should we do? We are in a dilemma. We don't even think of him. The moment food is there, we eat. but you can offer to Krishna and eat, then it becomes prasad. Now there is a bumper offer. You know what is a bumper offer? Krishna, when he eats, he doesn't eat just by mouth. He can eat through his eyes, ears, all senses, do all activity. So the quantity of food does not come down, right? So we share with him, but at the same time, we don't lose a share. Right? So Yagna, Sankirtan Yaga, as you rightly said, is what we do. And it's mentioned here by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is the Pranama mantra. We say, right, before we do Sankirtan Yagna, we'll share this in the group. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Chaitanya is who? Chaitanya is none other than Krishna himself, who incarnated 500 years back. These details are given in Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto, 5th chapter, 32nd sloka, verse. Nityananda. Nityananda is Baldev, that is Balram, right? Shri Advaita Gadadhara. Shri Advaita is none but Vishnu and Shiva's incarnation. Gadadhara is Radharani. Srivatsadi is Narada. Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Right, so this is the Sankirtan Yagna, which is explained. So Hare Krishna. Yagna Shistashina Santo Mujyanti Sarva Kilvishay Punjate Tava Etvagnam Papa Ye Pachanti Atmakaranat.
The devotees of the Lord are released from all kinds of sins because they eat food which is offered first for the sacrifice. Others who prepare food for personal sense enjoyment verily eat only sins.
Yes, right.
Hare Krishna.
Vegetarian, Hare Krishna, vegetarian, non-veg, that's not the point. We're all talking about Krishnatarian. Even plants have lives, right? So when we eat off, it's like somebody, you're going to a guest house and they've cooked food for you. Even though it's for you, can you just go and barge in and take it from the kitchen and start eating? What will they think? Oh my God, what a robbing guest we have, right? We have a milking guest, we say. Likewise, we have this Krishna. You know, this is given by Krishna. So we have to offer to him, right? If we don't offer, it's only sinful food. Don't get scared now. Oh my God, all my years we have been doing sin. All our years we've been doing lots of sin. But once we start Sankirtan, all the sins get wiped off, right? This is a speciality of Sankirtan. Now also it's not late. Now, right this second, whatever you're eating, you can offer. Everything, little bit you can do, like milk or plain rice you can do. So what is happening in the bodily platform? Let's say I give an example, right? So in bodily platform, in the morning, a person will think, let me go and drink, you know, they are in the, animalistic platform, right? They only think of eating, sleeping and mating, right? Nothing beyond that. And above that is the elevated platform, which is called the sensual platform, where you think a little bit more. You know, okay, I will drink, but not now. Maybe in the evening, little application of mind is there. Then you go to mental platform and you think, no, forget it. Let me go to a hotel and eat nice idli. That is good, right? And then this platform is telling, hey, when platform is going for idli, but then it's seeing the menu card and so many items are there. Idli, choose, wow, biryani, ice creams. Let me order everything. And intelligence platform is telling, hey, you have only 100 rupees. No, 50 rupees in your pocket. If you eat, you will not have money. So eat little. And spiritual platform is telling, hey, Krishna is not eaten. Offer Krishna first, right? Come home, let's make something for Krishna and then let's hog, right? That is a spiritual platform. And that's a platform which gives a lot of happiness, right? So 3.42, Hare Krishna. Indriyani paranyatu, indriyebhya param manah, manasastu para buddhi, yo buddhe paratastutseyasaha. Hare Krishna.
The working senses are superior to dull matter. Mind is higher than the senses. Intelligence is still higher than the mind. And he, the soul, is even higher than the intelligence. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. We just saw, right? Senses. So what is working senses? We have two senses, right? Indriyani means knowledge acquiring senses, and the working senses, right? This working jnana indriya, right? So knowledge acquiring senses. So what are we talking about? Working senses is definitely, right? Whatever working senses are what? All the senses which we have are above, superior to the dull matter. That is than the matter, right? Which is a non-living thing, mobile and all that. And mind is higher than those senses. And intelligence is much higher than the mind. And soul is the highest of all. So that's what is saying. Soul being the highest thing. Para buddhi. Manas, para above manas is buddhi, that is intelligence, right? It's the highest. And above the buddhi is the very clearly the soul, is what he is saying, right? So there are two indriyas. One is jnana indriya and the karma indriya. Jnana indriya is what, right? We are talking about the all the knowledge acquiring senses, and karma indriya are the working senses. The working senses will be your hand, your feet, your excretional and your genitals. So all this will come under your working senses. And jnana indriya are your five senses, right? Eyes, ears, nose, mouth, so pancha, five senses with which you see. So these are your working and your knowledge acquiring. So this is the senses. Now, tell me in the picture, there is no right or wrong answer. From the picture, can you tell me which are the, what are the horses? What do they represent? What do,
One is representing eye, second nose, third ear, fourth hand, and fifth tongue.
perfect. So they are the senses, right? All the senses are represented by the horses. The threads. What do the threads, what do you call it? I'm forgetting. What do you call it? The rope which ties the horse. I'm not getting the English word. Maybe if you can get
Reins.
thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, range. So what does that represent? What is the range?
Mind.
Mind, correct. And this blue color dress. Can you see this blue color? Who's
Yes.
this? Who's that? Who's the blue color? Oh, we have, okay, Shreya, perfect. Five senses, Nitya, reigns. Oh, thank you. Intelligence, not yet. Mind only is playing a role now. So the blue color, okay, what is this white color one? Who's this white color? Don't, it's not ghost. So let's see. Huh?
God.
No, not yet. Ours only, this is all us. So you told intelligence, right? So that's come now. So the blue is the intelligence. So the mind is trying to follow the senses and go haywire, and your reins are pulling it to follow the intelligence. And you are little close self. So self, actually in this context, they are talking about the soul. Right? So our soul, so basically, and what is the chariot? We saw senses, we saw mind. Intelligence, above intelligence is self. What is a chariot? Chariot.
Body.
Yes.
Us.
Our body. Chariot represents our body. Yes, Nitya, you're also right. Hare Krishna. Chariot is a body, and yes, somebody also said very beautifully. Who's that? Yes, Nishi. Soul, and one more soul is here. Who's this? Nitya, yes, soul. Perfect, Nitya. Hare Krishna. So this is what it is. So be a role model. So he's saying this in 21. Hare Krishna. Yad yad acharati sheshas tat tat evetaro janah sayat pramanam kurite lokas tad anuvartate. Hare Krishna.
Whatever action is performed by a great man, commonly men follow in his footsteps, and whatever standards he sets by an exemplary acts, all the world pursues. He leads by example. Role models shape the society. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So what is happening now? Krishna is telling him, you are, if anyone runs like us, he's a pretender. So we all know that Arjuna is very powerful, right? So we will all tell, what if Arjuna is a very capable sannyasi? Because he's so powerful, he's so talented, he is good at Kesha, controller of sleep, okay, he's Sabyasachi, which means he can even fight with both hands. He's so powerful. How can you tell Krishna that he will fail? So Krishna is telling, okay, I agree, maybe he won't fail, okay? But what will happen? People who look at him will follow him as a role model, right? Like this one, right? Everybody are following this. Now he succeeds. Are you sure that everyone who follow him will succeed? Krishna is telling Arjuna, you may be great, but your followers need not be as talented as you. They will fall, right? So this 20 shloka talks about Janaka Maharaj. Anybody knows who's Janaka Maharaj? Anybody knows who's Janaka Maharaj?
Sita's father.
Sita's father.
Absolutely right. Sita's father. So Janaka Maharaj is Sita's father, and Janaka Maharaj was a great role model, right? And Janaka Maharaj did what? Janaka Maharaj actually led by an example. He was self-realized. For those who are self-realized, there is no need for work. Then why did Sita's dad show? Because he wanted to set the right example. And not only this, he's going to bring in an example of one more great person. Keep typing in the chat, who's that great person which will come next? Hare Krishna.
Ram.
Ram is yes, but in this yuga is, yeah, Ram is correct. Ram actually followed Dharma. One more person is Krishna. Krishna also is a great person. So he says in next two shlokas after this, 24, 25, he is very clearly telling, I too did everything right. He is already having knowledge, but he went to his Muni, he went to his teacher. He and Balram went. They went to Gurukul. Is there requirement? Anybody knows the name of Krishna's teacher? Does anyone know the name of Krishna's teacher?
Sandipani Muni. Sandipani Muni.
Correct, very nice. Sandipani Muni. Sandipani Muni, why did he go? Because he wanted to set an example. Same way, he actually lived a life as a king. After the independence, after Mahabharata war also, what happened? He became the ruler of Dwaraka and was reporting to Yudhishthira. He fell on Yudhishthira's feet also. Why? Because he wanted to set an example. In spite of being God, he didn't say, I'm God, I'm powerful. He wanted to set example. So he followed all that. So that is the greatness of Krishna. Right? So he lived by an example. And what is he going to say? धूमेनावृत्यते वाणीर् यथा दर्शो मलिन च यतोल्बेनावृतो गर्भा तथा तेनादम् आवृतम्. So they are talking about lust, right? We saw lust. There are various sitting places of lust. So here we are going to talk about sitting places of lust. 3 levels. First level, that's moha, right? Lust here represents desire. Is a mild thing, right? Like the smoke which comes from the fire. When the smoke comes from the fire, what happens? It is very mild, right? It's not powerful, it's very mild, and it will easily vanish after. It doesn't stay that long. So that is the first stage of lust. This is compared to humans. Humans are also like this. It's a mild thing, but we have manobuddhi, which means we have mind and intelligence that we'll be able to control it. So this is the first stage. Second level of lust is like mirror. On the mirror, if there is dust, it's a little difficult, right? You have to really, really try hard to scrape it. This is like animals. Level of lust is a second degree, which means that animals are in that level because they are, you see a particular animal will represent a particular mode. Example, you will see snake. Whatever you do to the snake, snake will not keep quiet. It will definitely hit you. Why? Snakes represent mode of ignorance, right? So that is the level, right? Second level. And cow represents mode of goodness. And your tiger and all that represents mode of passion. So that's a second level of lust. And now going on to the last is like the baby in the embryo. What can it do? It can't do anything. It will shake a little bit, but it is completely dovetailed inside the stomach of the mother. That is compared to that of a plant. Why? Plants can't move, right? They are also stuck. Likewise, this baby is totally stuck. So that is compared to that of the baby in the embryo. So comparison is made at the various levels, right? Right? So it says very clearly that is what it is, the lust, right? Why does he tell that? He says that is the greatest enemy. So he's telling, Krishna is telling Arjuna, what is the greatest enemy? This desire, this lust is what is the greatest enemy. So this chapter is very small, so we'll have a lot of which, and maybe if we have time, we can do question answers, and also we can do a bit of storytelling at the end, right? So 3.1 to 2, Ekam Vada is telling Arjuna, is telling Krishna, you're confusing me. This also, that also. So according to you, you are telling me, don't fight. is what we're telling, right? Krishna is telling, no, I didn't do that. He's telling, you told me, do Buddhi Yoga, which means according to Buddhi Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, what does it mean? According to Buddhi Yoga and Bhakti Yoga, it means that intelligence is not to be engaged in fruitive activity. Fighting is fruitive because I want to get benefited. So I should not fight. I should renunciate and run away. He says no. Then niyatam kuru karma. That is jnana yoga. What do you mean by nishkarma yoga? Nishkama karma yoga is whatever activity you do, irrespective of what the activity, the fruits of the activity you give to Krishna. Example, what is in your control to study for the exam? How much marks you get is not in your control. So studying is alone your hand. So you put efforts for your studies. But how much marks you get is not in your hand. So you let go that. You only focus. But I never told you to let go the marks.
Your voice is breaking.
Yeah, now I just. I never told to let go the marks. You only study, but the result is not in your hand. So that, okay. The result is not in your hands. So you will focus on doing 100%, which is studies. But the result you leave to Krishna. Karma Kanda. What is Karma Kanda? Working like in LKG. Can you go on mute?
You're not audible properly.
Wait, I'll put mute. I think others are also talking. Hare Krishna. So Karma Kanta. Karma Kanta is what? Karma Kanta is very clearly when you go to LKG, you'll all say, right? Lollipop. If Mama give me lollipop only, then I'll go to LKG. Now, did you say the same thing for 12th standard? No. Why? Because you are in the Karma Yoga. You elevated. You know that it is important to go to school. Whereas in LKG, you wanted a motivation to go to school. So if Krishna or if your mom tells school is very important, you will become doctor, you won't understand, you will cry. That time only lollipop is important. That is why Shastras teach lollipop. You do this puja, you get this benefit. Right? So Karma Kanda. So he is telling elevate yourself from Karma Kanda to Karma Yoga. You will also notice many of them will tell Krishna or any god they will tell. Ganesha or anyone they say, you give me something, I will give you 5 coconuts. God does not need coconut, but we want to bribe him to make him do. Why is it allowed? Because you are at Karma Kanda state, right? Karma Yoga is the next level where Pravartitam Chakram, which means you will focus on the Karma Yoga. You will work in Krishna conscious. That means you do your activity. Krishna never supports renunciation. He tells, do your duty. And for a person who's very self-realized, right? Sometimes we tell, no, studies anyway is very easy for me, but I'm not very keen to study. How does it matter? It's very easy for you, no? It doesn't matter for you, no? Then study, no? Lead by an example, no? Because there are a lot of people who will follow. So he's telling lead by an example. Yatyat acharati shreses tattat evetanojuna. Sayat pramanam kurte lokastat anuvartate. Right? So great, whatever people do, great people follow. And what is the greatest enemy? Yeah, vairinam. Right? Greatest enemy is lust. And where do that sit? The lust sits in various places. We already saw it sits in senses, mind, and intelligence. And it is at 3 levels of covering. Right? So with this, we will conclude our third chapter. So fairly easy and simple, right? So Hare Krishna. So can we go to bridge? You all have any doubts? You all can type in the box. Or else we can do the bridge presentation. We'll have a lot of content to talk. So all ready for the bridge? Karma. Today we are going to see about karma. So what are we going to do? Law of karma. So what is karma? All of us know, as you sow, so shall we reap. Okay, we live in a world where each one of us are unique. Some are born very rich, some poor, some handsome. Is he handsome? No.
Ma'am, your voice is breaking.
Okay. adjusting the mic. I think connectivity some issue here. Hare Krishna, sorry. Just follow the pictures. Some are handicapped. Some want to rich parents. Somalia, why is God partial? You can unmute yourself. Is God partial? Yes or no? Yes or no?
No, ma'am.
No? Acha, okay. I was expecting yes. Innocent children get killed. They have not done anything wrong, but why do they get killed?
Because of their karma.
Okay, you're so elevated and convinced about karma, but it looks like, why is God so unkind? Right? It seems like that. Why is God so cruel? Some arguments are there, right? Either God is powerful, and the combination of powerful and merciful is not tallying. Either he's very powerful, but he's not merciful. Or he is very merciful, but he's not powerful. Because if he has this combination, he will not be cruel. He's all powerful, he's not merciful. Because when we see so much, if God is all merciful, then he's not powerful, right? He cannot solve these issues. He seems incapable of alleviating the suffering, right? It looks like that. Scriptures inform that God is super well-wisher, right? Bhoktaram yajna tapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram sukridam. What does it mean? Sukridam means well-wisher, best friend, right? So if he says for everyone, he is a best friend. He's the only best friend. But if he's a best friend, why is he like this? Right? Bhagavad Gita 9.25, Krishna personally declares samoham sarva bhuteshu. I am equal to all. Then why is he discriminating if he is equal to all? We saw this, right? The judge awards imprisonment one, money to another. Why difference? Is he partial? No. Based on the activity of individual, right? One of our intelligent devotee already answered karma. So under the supervision of Supreme Lord, the result of his work, so we get what we deserve and what we desire. So based on that, we get particular body. Newton's third law. What is third law of Newton? We'll never forget this.
Energy
For every
can
action, there is a reaction.
Superb. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Who's witnessing this? The Lord in the form of Paramatma, Super Soul, is a witness. Hare Krishna. Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 8.3, Yaya vapi smaran bhavam tajate ante kalevaram tatam yevaiti kaunteya sade tad bhava bhavita. Whatever we saw today, an example also, Bharat Maharaj, what happened? That story I didn't continue, but afterwards he gets worried. Oh, what happened to the deer? Will the deer be lost? Does it not like me? Am I not taking care of him? Has he gone to the forest? Is somebody eaten me off? In that fear, he runs in search of the deer, and actually he falls off the cliff. And he is thinking of the deer, and he dies. And he is born as a deer. But anything we do to Krishna, he always reciprocates. So he remembers his past, and therefore immediately he goes back to the same place where he did his yagna and continues to live there for a few days. So what happens? That state you will attain. Right? In the human form of life, we have developed intelligence. It's not that we are great. It's not that we are better than the animals. Only thing is our intelligence is developed. That's the only difference. But if we engage in the animalistic activity, like sinful activity, right, gambling, illicit sex, and all that, which are considered as the 4 pillars of dharma, of religion, then there is nothing we can do. We have to suffer the reaction, and we get degraded, right, with the form of chronic disease, legal implication, born in a low family, or you're uneducated, very ugly. Your destiny is not a matter of chance. It's a matter of choice. Always we say, no, it's my fate. No, yes, it's your fate, but that's a fate which you chose. Hare Krishna, very nice. Sautik Mukherjee, okay. We'll decide our next birth, yes. If we leave responsible lives, following religious principle and practicing austerity, right? Sacrifice. So what is the sacrifice we told? Sankirtan Yagna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yes, very pure devotees go to Goloka. Very nice to hear. So we can see some pure devotees here in this picture, right? Cultivation of knowledge, right? Bhagavad Gita. So Prabhupada wrote, more than 60 books, right? He's written more than 60 books and he translated the text in Sanskrit and Bengal. And he was a scholar, right? He had brought in so many things. So when we associate with saintly people, we automatically elevate. Is Prabhupada alive now? No and yes. No in terms of life, material life, but yes, in the form of books, he's always alive. Different types of karma. Now we have to understand what is karma and what is vikarma. So karma is your duty. Whatever you do, that is. Now if you do good duty, which means pious duties, like taking care of someone, you get elevated to Swargaloka. Vikarma is bad, right? You do all this kind of activity, you kill people, doing bad thing, you get downgraded to hellish planets. Details of hellish planets are given clearly for us in the 3rd canto, last chapter. And report card, life is a preparation and death is an examination. So what is karma? Ethical law of nature. For every action, there is a reaction. What you sow is what you reap. Good karma, you do punya, you go to Swarga. Bad karma, you do papa, you go to the hell, and you will come back as an animal. Karma is connected to soul. So it's not just about the body, right? So the soul needs Krishna. We have to give that. Otherwise, it's called Atmaha. Atmaha means killer of the soul. You're literally killing the soul if you don't give Krishna to the soul. So why do you get a various body? Because you want that body. Somebody wants to sleep. How much can you enjoy? You will sleep for 12 hours. No, you can sleep only for 8 hours. After that, you'll roll, but you can't sleep, right? So what does it mean? It means that you sleep better as a bear. Bear goes into hibernation, right? So it's best to be born as a bear, right? So Krishna gives you the body of bear so you can enjoy the sleep the best. Sometimes very ask question. Sometimes bad things happen to good people. Why? Because of the past karma. We are not material bodies. We are soul. Hare Krishna, one of you can read this, ma.
When we leave the
company of God and
come to this world, our pure spiritual nature becomes covered over. In this way, the soul is forced to take birth in this material world again and again, based on our good and bad acts.
Thank you so much. Keep your mic a little close. You're speaking very softly like me. Thank you. No problem. It's clear, but so very clearly, if you want to be independent of Krishna, you are coming here. Ignorance of law is no excuse. We already saw that. You are 17 years old and you're riding the bike. You're a minor. Does it mean you can go and kill someone in the road? Or you're 18 plus, you got license, but you don't know the rules. So you draw in the wrong side. Will police tell, Hacha, you didn't read? No problem. Excuse. What is there? No. So there was one foolish devotee, I won't call the person who said that I don't want to read Bhagavad Gita. You know why? Because if I read Bhagavad Gita, I have to follow. If I don't read, I don't have to follow. This is as good as telling that I will go in the road and if I read the rules of the road, I have to follow. So I will not read the road rules. That means I'll be excused. Will you be excused? No. You will be coming under civil law if you follow the rules, or criminal law behind the jail if you don't follow. Either ways, law will dominate, right? What do you mean by free will? The inherited character of the soul from the God. The soul will either suffer or enjoy due to its free will. You have a choice, right? Krishna is he has complete freedom. So soul also is a part and parcel of Krishna. So it gets some amount of freedom. But by proper use of free will, reaction due to past karma can be changed. We can reduce the reaction of past karma. Now, good karma or bad karma? We are asking about what karma is good. Now you tell me whether you need good karma or bad karma.
Good karma.
Good karma.
Or
Niskarma.
karma, right? So good karma is called karma and bad karma is called vikarma. Soul is entangled in the material world. Now, what Krishna is telling, you should not take good or bad. Why? If you do bad, we don't want. We all understand. But good karma also, you go to Swarga Loka. Okay, it's like your visa. You go Nishkarma. It's not Nishkarma, it's called Nishkama karma. That is a different thing. That means that you do activity and you surrender. I'll explain that. Here you need akarma. What is akarma? Akarma is not taking credits for good or bad. Why? If you don't take credits like food, you give it to Krishna and you eat, it becomes sinless. You want to do pious activity, you give it to Krishna, money or something and take, or prasad, you want to do annadanam, you give it to Krishna, it gets sanctified. Why? Because by doing good karma, you don't go to heaven. You go, if you do good karma, you go to heaven. But like your visa expires, right? Like that, if your credits expire, you have to come back to Bhuloka. But if you are going to do everything around Krishna, you don't go to Swargam, you go to Goloka. Right? Our Mukherjee here messaged Goloka. That's your permanent abode. You don't come back, no coming back. That is the speciality of Goloka Vrindavan. That is why you should do neither good karma nor you should do good karma, but you should not take credits for the karma. So though we all want credits for the good, Krishna is telling don't take credits because that will bind you into the material world. Bahuna janmana mante na tvama prapadyate vasudevam sarvamiti samahatma sudurlabha. So you can read Hare Krishna.
After many births and deaths, he who is actually in the knowledge surrenders unto me, knowing me to be the cause of all causes and all that is. Such a great soul is very rare. Hare Krishna.
After many births and deaths, right? After so many births, after so many deaths, actually anyone who surrenders to me, right? Such a soul is very, very, very rare. Right? Why? Because surrendering to Krishna is not easy. So all of you who are here are extremely rare. Why? How many people registered? How many people came to class? How many people are able to come? Do you see the difference? That is, we are talking about one registration class, but this is going to happen across various registration, across various classes. Right? So that is what matters. Sarvadharma parityaga mamekam charanam braja ahatva sarva papebhyo moknayityami masuchu. Hare Krishna.
Abandon all varieties of the religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all the sinful reaction. Do not fear. Hare Krishna.
Do not fear, such an important point, right? And he's telling abandon all varieties of religion. What does it mean? He's not talking about Muslim, Christian, Hindu. He's talking about all the practices. Remember, there will be a lot of any animal lovers here. Any animal lovers in this group?
Yes.
You have? Okay, thank you. So what happens, very important. There is this funny thing which says that if the cat comes, there is an old weird religion that if you see a cat, right, it is a bad sakun. It's a bad omen. Okay, but the Paramatma in your heart and the cat's heart is the same. What if the cat thinks, oh my God, this person came before me, it's a bad shagun? Cat can also think, yes or no? Cat also has the right to think, yes or no?
Yes.
Right? So are you very sure that we are good shagun for the cat? How are we sure? We only will stamp the cat, we kick the cat, we throw stones at the dog. Are we good shagun for any of the animals around us? Yeah, not only shagun, we are bad people, right? We are bad creatures. According to them, they think such a horrible creatures are living around us. Otherwise, we are living among such horrible creatures. Yes or no? So this is what Krishna is telling. Abandon all things. Whatever you were talking in terms of superstition, religion, don't bother. Surrender on to me. I will deliver. You don't have to worry at all. That is why Bhagavad Gita is very high, very, very elevated to give knowledge, vision. That is why when for reading Bhagavad Gita or listening to the class, there is no restriction. Even if there is death in the family, even on your menstrual cycle, even if there is birth in the family, even if there is any abasagun, there is no need for stopping, because even for chanting, there is no restriction at all. That is called Bhagavata rule, right? So there is precedes higher. So to give knowledge, vision to people who are ignorant ignorance. Ya ida paramagviya mat bhakteva vittashyati bhaktya mai parakatva mame vaishastya chanchayah. Hare Krishna.
For one who explains this supreme secret to the devotees, pure devotional service is guaranteed, and at the end, he will come back to me. Hare Krishna.
He says, for someone who explains the supreme secret to the devotees, so anyone who spreads Bhagavad Gita, right? All of you all, we are going to have the link of February, which is going to be posted forward to any number of people. This becomes a karma. Can you see? Because you don't expect, you don't take a target, okay, and you ask no nishkarma yoga. This is nishkarma because you don't expect any results. You just forward. You don't care how many join. Nobody is taking accounts. You will just forward because it's Krishna likes and you want to forward. What you are getting, if you reach out, Krishna is telling, for one who explains, not necessarily you have to explain to someone, but you give a route to explain. So one of the devotees in the group also asked, is it advertisement? Should I do advertisement? No, you don't have to do advertisement. You don't have to forward. But if you forward, it's nishkama, because even if you don't like and you forward, that shows that you're elevated. That shows that you are taking credits. And what do you lose by getting? And how did we all join? We all joined by someone who has shared it with us, right? That someone never thought it's an advertisement. Why should I do? Because this advertisement, which is shared to others, right, free of cost, is what has brought us here during COVID times. So we want to give that knowledge and luck to all. Yes or no? Will you all actually share with all of them in your mobile? Hindu, Christian, Muslim, doesn't matter. Will you all do that?
Yes.
Thank you so much. So now you've already put your one foot into Nishkama and you are a akarmic. This is the picture of Vaikuntha. Golaka Vrindavan is the highest planet in Vaikuntha. What is the difference? Here you see everybody, it's called Sarupya, which means the mukti, liberation they have got. Everybody here will look like Narayana. So beautiful like Narayana, they all have a four-handed form and everybody looks exactly like Narayana over here. So all of them resemble Narayana and all of them are so beautiful. To sum up, material world is a toy created by Krishna for independent souls. Extended play leads to strong entanglement. Surrendering to Krishna wipes all karma. So far, you can read Hare Krishna.
Krishna resides in Goloka. Souls are part of Krishna. Souls belong to Goloka. Souls dependent on Krishna live in Goloka. Independent souls sent to material world. Independent soul assume material body. Engagement in material world entangles. Depending on Krishna disentangles. On perfection, soul can go back to Goloka. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So you got a summary of how we can go. 3 modes of nature. Now 3 modes of nature are very important because we are all governed by 3 modes of nature. We are all telling lust sits here. Why? Because we are controlled. What are the 3 modes? Mode of goodness, mode of passion, and mode of ignorance. Very true. Material world is a reflection of spiritual world that will come, in your last module. Everything we do opposite here. That's very right. So now coming to this 3 modes of material nature. By the way, Mukherjee, where do you get so much knowledge? You've already attended the course or you read something? Very nice. Hare Krishna. 3 modes of material nature, right, are played like your, like the puppets. But we are all governed under the 3 modes. And Krishna is goodness, passion, ignorance. And Krishna is Nirguna, which means he's above the 3 modes. Chance or prearrangement. Nothing comes by chance. What introduces an argument is not God superior. Foolish people cannot conceive the cause. That's the name is chance. They use the word chance. Ishvaraha Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadi Adir Govindaha Sarva Karana Karanam. I was hungry and by chance food came to me. The stupid Krishna has made that arrangement. Have you ever noticed I'm in such a deep trouble? Oh my God, I'm so hungry. Luckily, we used to say, God sent and correctly he came. Have you had this experience? I've had many times when I know that my dear and close ones are not there to help me, or when I'm stuck, there will be some person, somebody, totally unknown, I would have not even seen, but would have come for help. Do you all have this experience? Yes. And we use the word also, he's a God sent man, unknowingly. We don't realize, but you use the word God sent man. What? He is definitely God sent man, right? When you are in, and God will send a person in a form, in a person, in a thing. You only have to trust, right? Because he's always there to protect you, right? So some way or the other, the food comes as an arrangement of the God. Good luck or bad luck? One of you can read. Hare Krishna.
As soon as you say luck, there must be somebody who is giving you the luck, good luck and the bad luck. Just like in the airport, as soon as I step on the door, it becomes opened. A child will see it as a chance. Oh, how it is, I wanted to go, and the door is already open. That is poor fund of knowledge. There is a arrangement. His divine grace.
A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada, founder Acharya of ISKCON. Thank you so much. So beautifully you people are reading. Hare Krishna. Thank you. So telling airport automatically water, if I put my hand, automatically water comes, all automatic. Is it actually automatic? There is a brain behind it and there is a lot of automation. What do you mean by automation? Manual intervention is not there then, but there is a mechanism built by a man. So behind every automatic work, there is a God. So what is destined? Hare Krishna. You can read.
What is destined? Our past actions have created our present destiny. Our present action will determine our future destiny. One is destined to be born rich or poor, learned or illiterate, beautiful or ugly, high-born or low-born, healthy or sick, etc. Hare Krishna.
Very clearly, it's a destiny based free will. And what happens to us is destiny. How we respond to it is free will. Something can come to us, right? I have tried medicine, engineering. I did not get medicine. That is destiny. How do we respond? Okay, at least I've been lucky. I got engineering. There are a lot of kids who don't have degree also, who don't get to have a college to study. That is a free will. How you react to a situation, right? Destiny based endeavor, karma vada, modern notion. There is no such thing as destiny, right? That's what people believe. Destiny, everything is in our own hands. No, everything is determined by destiny. Nothing is in our hands. That's also wrong. It's Virudra and Dhritarashtra's conversation. Destiny determines the consequence of our action, and it's not our actions themselves, right? Consequence of action is decided by destiny, but not our actions. We can decide what to do. Actual Vedic teaching, both karma and deva combine to determine the result, right? So it's just not us. There is a combination of everything. Hare Krishna. To get there. Karma is like plowing. Hard work is we have to plow. Rainfall is our karma, Deva, Adi Devik, right? Power of God has to give us rainfall. But you have to do your duty by plowing, right? Material destiny cannot be appreciably changed. Spiritual progress cannot be checked. Both, see, you can't change your destiny, but spiritual progress cannot be checked. Once you get into it, it's like a race. You go on and on, right? Example, dog cannot run faster than a horse. Suddenly overnight cannot become a Ford, except in movies, right? So this is what is happening. We have to live with those bodies. Hare Krishna, you can read this.
We see so many men working so hard. Does this mean that every one of them will become a Ford or Rockefeller? Why not? Everyone is trying his best. But Mr. Ford was destined to become a rich man. His destiny was there, and so he became a rich man. Another man may work just as hard as Ford, but this does not mean he will become a rich as Ford. This is practical. You cannot change your destiny simply by working hard like asses and dogs. No, but you can utilize your special human energy for improving your Krishna's consciousness. That's a fact. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So different bodies, different experiences and pleasure you will experience. Basically, for example, a pig can eat stool, but we can't even go next to stool, right? Pig cannot eat alva. They don't understand. Not only pig, even among human, this happens. You go to an orphanage and give them a nice with lot of ghee and badam alva, they won't be able to appreciate the way you will. Why? Because it's too heavy for them. They have not used to that taste, right? They are used to very palatable food. For them, badam alva with so much badam and ghee is is not something they will relish, right? So that is the difference. Quantum of pleasure and pain is prefixed at birth. Birth itself decides what it is. Therefore, instead of analyzing where I came from, what I should do, we should just turn towards achieving a thing, right? So that is what it is. Instead of fighting for changing the hut into a skyscraper, we should just think of how we can focus on reaching the destination, which is Krishna consciousness, right? So there are a lot of people who have progressed. Example, Gajendra elephant, eagle Jatayu, you have this Dhruva, right? They all could go in Krishna consciousness. Also, you can see a lot of people, senior people, actually focus on Krishna consciousness, right? A dog is running here and there are 4 legs and you are running on 4 wheels. What is the progress, right? The dog is not less than us, but the fact is we are supposed to have improved consciousness, but if you are behaving lower than that, then there's a problem. This is what it says, right? Abandon all religion, he says. So Krishna consciousness helps us in both ways, to face our destiny better and to improve our future destiny. Both it helps, right? You can face whatever is coming and your future also can be improved. So Bhagavad Gita, a call for dynamic enlightenment. What does it mean? Asmat tvam utino hai acholapasva chitva chatrun vaikna rajasamadham. Mai vaite nihato puravam eva nimitta matra bhavasabhya sachin. Nimitta matram, instrument. Sabhya sachin is someone who can fight with both hands. Therefore, prepare to fight and win glory. Conquer your enemies. Enjoy. They are already put to death by my arrangement. And you, Sabhya Sachi, can be an instrument. He's telling, Krishna is telling your success is already there, but you have to put the endeavor. What you can do is Hare Krishna, Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh Lord, give me the courage to change the thing which can and ought to be changed. The serenity to accept the things which cannot be changed and the wisdom to know the difference. So when the prayers go up, blessings come down. That's how it happens, right? Make truth and love as a foundation of life. And with this we will end. So destination does not hamper, but you can change, right? The destination. So it's a beautiful thing. And I keep telling you all, I will end the session by 4. Hare Krishna. You all have any doubts you can do. And I have a request. Normally we chant 6 times on the first day, second day 12 times, third day we do 18 times, right? So today is the 3rd day. Can we just chant 18 times and end the session? If there are any doubts, you can ask. Otherwise, we'll chant and end. Mancha kalpata rupyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitana vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna devotees, do you all have any doubts? No doubts? Okay, then we'll chant 18 times and we'll